Listen up, you punk! You better watch your step! Watch! You better watch your step! Yo, you better watch your step! You better watch! You better watch your step! Yo, you better watch your step! You better listen up, punk!
Welcome to Tower Tunes episode 11. Today we have special guest John on to talk about vinyl or vinyl collecting.
Yes.
As always, I'm Simon
And I'm Vincent.
And John, could you introduce yourself and tell us your favorite album?
Okay. So, am I looking at the camera or am I looking at you?
Oh, you should. We'll just have a
Let's have a
natural
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah. So I'm John Dela Cruz, and I'm the
Yes.
school director at JMC, and advertising professor, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Other people may not know. Hopefully, you watch JMC Jams. So I was thinking about this, and I asked my wife as well. What is my favorite album?
It's a tough question.
It is a really tough
It
question,
is.
actually. And, you know, you could have asked me this 30 years ago, and, well, you couldn't because you wouldn't have been born.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
had you asked me this 30 years ago, I would have like sort of picked out, for example, Dinosaur Jr.
Dinosaur
yes.
Jr.
Now, this
Okay.
is a 12-inch single. This is not an album.
Yeah.
But Freak Scene, for example, was me and my wife's song. And it's just like a really weird history because it's not the kind of song that you imagine like sort of a couple kind of like sort of having as their song, but it
That is
was.
true.
Yeah.
Because we always used to get up and dance, you know? So
Yeah.
Freak Scene was the thing. And Dinosaur Jr. was just like, wow, it was there. And it precursed like sort of my coming of age with music. But even at that time, you could have asked me and I would have said, well, maybe I would have suggested Thunder and Consolation by New Model Army, or Level as a Weapon Called the Word. So these are two kind of they came out of the punk movement and new wave movement.
Is that so?
Very much a European following, and art school guys, you know?
Yeah.
So it was very much like one of those things where you're around about the same age and you're moving in the same circles, and these are the kind of bands that you're listening to, and they're big, you know, in your kind of subculture. And so these two I would have said back in mid-80s, I would have said, or late 80s. These are like some of my two favorite albums, right?
Nice.
But then really,
Really?
Yes.
you've got to think about it. So 1991 was the year for music.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You can
There's a
argue
lot
with
of good
me.
stuff
Okay.
that came
Yeah,
out
yeah,
in
no,
1991.
we're not
You're not going to argue.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. 1991, everything that's good in the world of music came out that year,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of good stuff.
I
For
have
sure.
So I can't-
at least
I can't-
one personal favorite from
And
that
so,
year.
yeah, Pearl Jam 10
Yeah.
really defines my moment at that point. And Nirvana, and I know like, so it may sound kind of like sort of cheesy, but Nevermind.
Yeah.
Right, so between Nevermind and Pearl Jam 10, I would say favorite albums in parentheses. And I've not got Nevermind with me, but I do have, and you might be interested in this, and I know that I'm kind of like sort of moving away from the subject a little bit, but
No
this is a
worries.
12-inch picture disc of Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Wow.
That is really cool.
which
is.
is like, you know,
That's-
you're not allowed to
that's awesome.
touch it,
Yeah.
because you might steal it.
I mean,
We might just steal it. So
I mean,
Hopefully
not,
you
not
will.
my personal favorite on the album,
Ooh.
but that is definitely awesome. And
It's
Freak Scene-
collectible, of course. It's a special limited edition.
Yeah.
And the thing was, the reason I've got this on 12-inch, I brought it in as vinyl because we were talking about vinyl, is because 1991 also signals a move away from vinyl. And at that point, I stopped buying vinyl and I'm just buying CDs. And all of my stuff is on CD from that point on. And then it's like, CDs, it's the same as streaming. So,
Yeah.
in a way, you know, digital, it loses something.
Yeah,
And so we got rid of our CDs, and it's like, well, I can just stream this stuff. And so now we're like so back to buying vinyl and kind of collecting. So
yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
So let's get back to
so-
that later.
Okay,
in
Pearl
the
Jam
episode.
10, Nirvana,
One-
Nevermind, maybe.
One small point.
Okay.
Freak Scene is an amazing song, and it's like
It is.
one of the only Dinosaur Jr. songs that I like know like pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Bug is a great album.
Yes.
And if you like that one, Mudhoney and Every Good Boy Deserves Fudge, classic album.
I would definitely check them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the kind of itinerary for this episode is going to be a Song of the Week segment a very quick music news segment.
Yes.
Apparently about 20 seconds. We're going to talk a little more about vinyl collecting, and then we're going to wrap it up. This is the penultimate episode.
It is.
So next episode is going to be our finale.
Yes.
So
And hopefully we will be going out with a bang.
Yeah. So let's get into our Song of the Week segment.
Yes.
John, what's your Song of the Week for this week?
Okay. So last Monday, I went to the Warfield in San Francisco to watch The Cult. And so the song I've been listening to mostly, or the album I've been listening to mostly, is this one, which is actually my favorite Cult album.
Nice.
Also classified as one of my top 10 albums, which is Love. And so what I've been listening to mostly. The one I've been listening to mostly from this is Rain. Here Comes the Rain. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's on repeat in my head right now.
Yeah, quite
And so-
some typography here.
Oh, it's beautiful. The album is beautiful. This is actually a remastered version, so this is now started buying vinyl again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to replenish what I lost, and so this is one of those albums that's having to be rebought again.
So, yeah. So my Song of the Week this week, or actually last week, since we are doing this 1 week in advance,
Yes.
is Runaway by Aurora. Very popular song. I think
it is.
it
It is
blew
very
up on
popular.
TikTok a while ago, apparently.
Yes.
But I'm not on TikTok, so I never heard it until like recently. I know I live under a rock, but yeah, great song. I've been into this song for quite a while now, but it just, I had a very good, specific single listen of the song that was just like, okay, this is my Song of the Week this week, and nothing else can be the Song of the Week.
Yeah.
How about yours?
Yeah, I think that song is a bit overrated, but we can
Ooh.
move past that. I already know what my Song of the Week will be. It will be Destroyed by Hippie Powers.
Destroyed by Hippie Power.
by
Okay.
Car Seat Headrest. And this is like, I think this is a song that John would like.
I don't know it,
yeah,
but I'd
it's-
like to listen
Yeah,
to it.
it's a bit of a contemporary rock and roll deep cut, but I think it definitely like harkens back to some old stuff. So I think you'd probably appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, so without further ado, our music news segment. Vincent, you said you had one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So, guys, Drake, he's in some hot water. So there's a lawsuit against Spotify. Something about Drake.
Ooh.
He's been botting streams, and
Really?
apparently it's taking money away from more deserving artists.
That is very
So-
interesting.
So we'll just have to see how it unfolds, because Drake did sue Kendrick Lamar not the other day, just like a while ago, accusing him of also botting streams. So
Yeah, it seems like Drake is involved in quite a few of these lawsuits.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
yeah, I mean,
Can't
good
wait
for
to
him.
see how it pans out. Yeah,
Good for him.
good for him.
Maybe he's having a different changing career. No more music. He's
He's
law
a
now.
lawyer.
Yeah, but that's all the news we have.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess it's time to get into the meat of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about vinyl
Yes,
collecting.
we shall.
So we've got a bunch of different albums here. You've brought in a couple singles as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific album that you got on vinyl and that was like what got you into vinyl collecting?
So I didn't really have a choice. I mean, when I was getting into music,
Yeah.
you bought cassettes and you bought vinyl, right? So it was just a thing. I was like, vinyl is what I had. That's what most of my music was on, and cassettes. And interestingly as well, you used to be able to go to most public libraries and rent vinyl out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which of course what that meant was that you took it home, you had a blank cassette, you recorded it and you took it back. So a lot of the stuff that was going on was like, so you were kind of like recording those. But was there one in particular? I mean, for me, what really got me into buying records and getting into music was the death of Elvis. I mean, because it was such a momentous occasion. I was super young though at the time as well. I think it was 78, so I was about 10 years old. But that got me into buying records. I got really into music at that point, and then the rest is kind of just exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's been this very interesting and odd resurgence of vinyl collecting recently.
Indeed,
with
there
a lot
has.
of record stores. They seemed doomed quite a while ago, and now they are coming back in great numbers. So, Vincent, do you have any speculation as to what might be behind this resurgence?
Yeah, I think there's definitely like I guess the aesthetics of it does play a big part. Like I don't know, just having just vinyls and and just playing it on a record player, like it's cool. But I also think on a deeper level that there's just something a bit more personal about owning a vinyl as opposed to streaming. I mean, I don't own a record player, so I don't own any vinyls. Save for a couple that we're saving for the future when I do get a record player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there's just more of an attachment to it when you have like the physical.
You're so
music
right.
there.
Honestly, it's again something that I kind of like talking to my wife about last night, and we're just saying about how it's not so much the aesthetics, more like how tactile it is, and it's the physical connection then with the music. So one thing that you have is because you're 12 inches by 12 inches, you've got so much scope for artwork as well and creativity. So a lot of like so great music. You can actually engage with it, but I mean, I always remember that. So you know, you get the album is released, and you buy it, you take it home, and you're opening the gatefold, you're taking the sleeves out, putting that needle on. When the needle like sort of hits the vinyl and it crackles, that's a sensual experience. You
It
know?
really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess a similarity I can kind of draw with that is, you know, back in the days when video games were like all on disc. I guess I kind of had that same experience where you're like, you know, like peeling off the plastic and like opening up the, like, you know, whatever, just, you know, just the physical aspect of it is a big part of it. And now games are like mostly digital, so it's kind of lost on
So
there
I
too.
mean, with streaming, it's like sure, you know, you're in your car and you've got the world of music in your phone and access to it, but nothing beats that like so that sense of getting your record out and putting it on.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So I actually have a vinyl-related hot take.
Oh.
So there's this notion that listening to music on vinyl is actually you get a better sound than if you're listening to it on digital. I actually disagree with that. Do you guys have any
This is
thoughts
spicy.
on that?
Well, I'm not sure of like the the technical aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some improvements with like a good vinyl as opposed to listening to it on earbuds or whatever. But I feel like those differences or like those nuances in the sound are only really picked up if you're like an audiophile, you know?
Yeah,
So-
I think my argument here is that while vinyl is theoretically can have a better sound because it's analog, in actuality you get a lot of extra sound on vinyl, like the crackling and such,
Yeah.
which is not necessarily a bad thing, but does take away from the sound of the song or change it.
Yeah. So when
Yeah.
CDs came in, it was a lot of the messaging was around the purity of the sound, and so mainly for classical music, right? Because then it's like there's no interference from the crackle, but then when you take it back and you're removed from that period and you look now at buying records, a lot of reasons why people are buying records again is because of the experience, and the experience is the crackle.
Exactly.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, not the jumping, but the crackle for sure. Yeah.
Definitely not the jumping.
No.
It's one of my least favorite things in the world.
Okay, so Simon, do you want to really quickly go over some of the records that you have here?
Sure, we did bring in a couple albums. I brought in the two that you own, and
yes.
also two of my own. First, this is Arcade Fire's debut album,
Yes, a
Funeral.
classic. A classic.
Definitely a contemporary classic. A recent vinyl purchase, one of my favorite albums at the moment.
The foil work on that. is
Do you
just
already know that album? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Arcade Fire is just like fire. Yeah.
Yeah, they are indeed Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think we're all at least somewhat familiar with this one.
Yeah.
So great album.
Yeah, a couple good
Definitely
songs.
would suggest checking it out if you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yes. So we have, I guess, a similar type of album, Forever How Long by Black Country New Road. They're a very new band, like they just came out a couple years ago. This is like a very Baroque pop type of sound, which I feel like and I think they are inspired by Arcade Fire. I think
Yeah.
they've vocalized that, and yeah, it's just really whimsical. This is like one of my favorite albums that released this year. I think to an extent, even John might appreciate it given a listen. But yeah,
Definitely.
it's very like fantastical, whimsy.
And you got it
vibes.
signed?
Yes, by The Weeknd.
Yeah,
Apparently.
The Weeknd.
Right here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of random, but yeah.
Yeah. So, what is this, Simon?
Okay, so this is, oop, stuff is falling out. Okay, this is an album called And in Darkness, Hearts Aglow by Wise Blood. I guess another kind of
Yeah.
Baroque pop, chamber bop type
Definitely.
thing.
But I think it's more like low key.
Much on the slower side,
Yeah.
whereas this album is a lot quicker, higher tempo. Yeah, one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I do personally prefer the previous album to this one.
Yeah, I think it's, for
but-
me, it's hard to choose between Titanic Rising and Hearts Aglow.
Your favorite children. Okay.
Yeah, it's like choosing between children,
Yeah.
as we heard last episode.
Yeah. So.
So your final album.
Yeah, and then finally we have We Cool by Jeff Rosenstock. This is his first album that he released when he became a solo artist. Yeah, really good pop punk, and I think what makes his style of pop punk stick out is the fact that his songwriting is just really mature, rather than other pop punk, which seems very like juvenile. But yeah, really good modern punk album, and again, I think John might appreciate it.
Yeah, I've not heard this before, but I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
knowing some of the stuff you listen to, I would definitely second Vincent's recommendation of Jeff Rosenstock.
Sounds good to me.
This album, or maybe his album, what's it called?
Worry.
Worry,
Right after.
from
Yeah.
2016. Yeah.
I do think his best song is on this though. The second song, "You" in Weird Cities, is one of my favorite punk songs ever. So.
Can I just recommend to you guys?
Sure.
I know, like, so the winding up thing is going
Yeah.
like crazy. Patriarchy,
Patriarch.
I recommend them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
we will check
definitely
them out,
check it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you can get to see them live, they're just
Ooh.
like,
Yeah. I've been having a kind of a obsession with seeing artists live nowadays. So.
Yeah. Certainly live
Definitely
music
sounds
is a completely different experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean, it's very expensive these
Yeah.
days. I get
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
But still, you can get to gigs. It's the best way to experience it.
All right, so let's wrap it up now. Again, this is the penultimate episode, so next episode will be our finale. So
Yes, indeed.
hope y'all are looking forward to that as much as we are. And until next time, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.